Hey Freedom Valley, welcome to Home Groups, where we apply the message we heard this weekend at FV Church. This weekend, Candace talked with us about one of our church's vision items. We want everyone to find Jesus, move forward in their faith, and what we talked about this weekend, do something for God.
Right, and that can look very different to different people. Sometimes what we need to focus the most on in this season of our life is doing something with our spiritual growth.
Yeah.
Really focusing in on how we can make ourselves better followers of Jesus, better servants of the people around us. And then sometimes it's, how do I serve my church? How do I serve my community? How do I serve the people closest to me and really love them?
Yeah, we need to be active in our faith. We can't be passive observers.
Yeah.
We need to be active participants, and that's really important. And a big thing for me this year, a goal of my year, is to make sure I'm putting first things first.
Yeah.
So with what you're doing, are you doing it for God, or are you just keeping busy? There are a lot of people who serve at Freedom Valley Church, but maybe they do it to round out their schedule. Why are you serving? And that's really big. What are you doing for God?
And what are you doing when it seems like there's nothing to do?
Yeah.
If God hasn't called you to something specific yet, what are you doing in the meantime? How are you spending that time? Are you being faithful with the little things so that He can give you more? Or are you saying, well, God hasn't given me a job yet, I guess I'm going to do nothing?
And that's really big. This weekend we talked about the life of David and how he was called to be the king of Israel, but he wasn't the king of Israel for 20 years. And he actually wrote this passage in Psalms 27:14. Wait patiently for the Lord. Be brave and courageous. Yes, wait patiently for the Lord.
Yeah.
He repeats himself there because being patient is doing something. It takes effort. It's very easy to be impatient and complain and be frustrated or be frantic and do a million things. But sometimes the best thing we can do is create some quiet time in our day and wait patiently for God.
David basically perfected being patient well, because he not only served the guy who he was supposed to unseat, but he also served his country while he was waiting to become king. Even on the run from the king, he served his country well, and he was faithful with the little things. So God was able to give him much more. If God can trust him with a flock of sheep when a bear or a lion attacks, He can trust them with a country.
Yeah.
We so often get that backwards.
Yeah, I want to do the big things, but I'm unwilling to do the little things.
Yeah.
So this year we've been talking about setting goals and doing things. What are you doing for God? But more importantly, have you been doing the things that you have planned to do? Have you set out to actually put into practice the things that you have in mind? Mm-hmm. That's really big. Have you taken the time to put God first?
And what's your attitude like while you're serving? We can talk specifically about how you serve your family. Do you do it with a bitter heart, like nobody's helping me make the dinner tonight? Or do you do it with a grateful, serving heart? I get to serve my family because God's blessed me with them.
So in your groups, talk about the things you're doing and the attitude with which you're doing them. Mm-hmm. And have you created time to just be patient?
Yeah.
Have a great conversation.
Have fun, guys.
See you next week.